Van Dyke Show.
Hello, Dick Van Dyke Show friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is KJ Ricardo. Today's episode is a look at my list of the top 5 Richie Petrie moments from the first season. So Richie is a great television show child. I think he has some great moments. So we're going to look at my list. Number 5 is Where You Been, Fassbinder. Now this episode focuses on Sally. It's her birthday. But during the first scene of the episode, there's a great moment with Richie where he asks Sally how old she is, which you're not supposed to do, and why isn't she married. It's very funny, so check it out.
It's bedtime. They start getting winsome.
Okay, Rich. Say goodnight to everybody.
Are they going?
No, they aren't. You are. Give Aunt Sally a big hug.
Come on now, no hitting in the clinches. Nice big hug. Why not?
I'm too old.
You're too old. It's the first time I've ever lost out on that count.
I'm 6. How old are you?
Richie, dear, we don't ask ladies how old they are.
Why not?
They won't tell you.
Can ladies tell their birthday?
Well, that they tell. And mine's next Friday, and I need a new shawl for my piano.
Which birthday will it be?
Well, Rich, come on, let's go now. You say goodnight to Aunt Pickles and Uncle Buddy.
Are they married?
Yeah, I certainly hope so.
Where's your husband?
Mine, I haven't got one.
Why don't you get one?
Say goodnight, Richie.
Number 4 is The Unwelcome House Guest. In this episode, Buddy has Rob and Laura take care of his pet dog. This dog is really huge, and Richie is scared of the dog at first. It's really cute to see how scared he is. He doesn't want anything to do with the dog. He's scared of it completely. He hides behind the counter, and then he eventually hides in the cupboards. He closes the door. He's like, I don't want anything to do with the dog. And so it's a really cute moment featuring that. Number 3 is Father of the Week. This is another great episode. Rob has been voted Father of the Week in Richie's kindergarten class. So he has to go to the class and give a demonstration of what his career is like. Richie doesn't want Rob to go. He doesn't think Rob will have much to say because he's a comedy writer. It will be a boring presentation. So he really doesn't want Rob to go, which I think is pretty funny. But Rob ends up going anyway, and he gives a perfect demonstration of what it is to be a comedy writer, and he has all the kids laughing. So it ends up being great, but this was a great episode featuring Richie and just his feelings towards Rob. Number 2 is Washington versus the Bunny. This is very early on in the show. Richie is performing in a show at his school. He's going to be this bunny show. But Rob can't go. He has to leave town for work. So he's going to miss the show. And so this leads to a whole dream that he has about missing the show, feeling really guilty. So it's kind of like a guilt dream that he has. But a great moment in this episode featuring Richie is when he's practicing his big song with Laura, and Rob comes in, and it's just a really cute moment featuring Richie and him singing. It's just a really cute little kid moment. So check it out. I have a clip of that.
You're the top, you're the Tower of Pisa. You're the top, you're the Mommy Lisa.
No, honey, that's Mona Lisa, not Mommy Lisa. Do it once more from the beginning.
Okay. You're the top, you're the Tower of Pisa. You're the top, you're the Mona Lisa. I'm a worthless jack, that total wreck of clap. But if, baby, I'm the bottom, you're the top.
And finally, my number one pick is a word a day. This episode is completely focused on Richie. In this episode, at the very beginning, he is reading the newspaper. He is learning more words, so he's learning a word a day. But when Rob goes to work, he gets a phone call from Laura, who is very frantic and says that Richie told her a word. He learned a new word, but it's not a good word. It's a naughty word, a word that he shouldn't say. And so it's really nice to see this whole episode focus on Richie and like him being a little kid, and he's scolded and he's told not to do these things, and Rob has to talk to him about it. And so I have a clip of that, of this scene where he's being told not to say those bad words.
Sit down. I want to talk to you, Rich. Honey, this morning, before you went to school, you said a certain word.
I said a lot of words. Which word do you mean?
Well, you never used this one before.
I said a new word?
Yes, it's a new one.
Are you proud of me?
Well, Rich, it's not the kind of a word that somebody would be proud of. Don't you remember what it was?
No.
You see?
Rich, you said it to Mama in the station wagon on the way to school.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Well, what did I say, Mommy?
Rich, there are some words that are nice words. And there are other words that are not so nice.
I know a lot of nice words.
Well, of course you do, and that's what makes us proud of you when you say them.
I know a dirty one, too.
Don't say anything.
Mud. That's a dirty word.
Mud? Rich, mud is not a dirty word. Richie, try to understand me, honey. I am not interested in any other words. I'm only interested in the one you said this morning.
Was it naughty?
Yes, it was.
Then I won't say it again, Daddy.
Now, that's my good boy.
Which word did I say, Daddy?
Well, Rich, it's an impolite word, and I don't want to repeat it.
Well, then how will I know what not to say?
How will you...
Richie, dear, I think it's time for bed.
Don't forget to tuck me in.
We won't. I hate to be, and I told you so, but you still think you were right?
How was I supposed to know he wouldn't remember it?
Because I told you he wouldn't.
You said he wouldn't know what it meant.
Well, it's the same thing.
Not remembering is just the same as not knowing what it meant?
Well, translate it any way you like, darling. It proves one thing, that ignoring the issue makes more sense.
Ignoring an issue never makes any sense.
Daddy?
Yes, Rich.
Is this what you meant?
Yes. Now, you promise me you won't say that word anymore.
Because it's naughty?
That's right, it is. You promise?
I promise, Daddy, and I won't use it no more.
Richie, don't say no more. I won't use it.
And that's it. Those are my top 5 moments featuring Richie. I think, especially during this first season, whenever Rob comes home, Richie always runs to him and asks if he brought him anything. And Rob always brings him something, even a small, like, a dime or something. But he always asks, did you bring me anything? And then he also asks so many questions. He's a very inquisitive young child. And so I think Richie is a great child character in a TV show. And so I wanted to feature his best moments from the first season. Let me know what your favorite moment is and what you like about Richie in a comment, and I'll be happy to read that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. And remember to always laugh often.